Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to PetrolHead SimRacing on this fine Wednesday evening where we have an immense tension in the air. It's the 6th and final round of the PHSR BMW235i Championship, and the three-way battle is going all the way down to the wire because today's venue for today's race is a fictional circuit named Raceroom Raceway Grand Prix. It's 3.9 kilometers in length and it will host two races this evening. One 15-minute sprint scoring 25 points for victory and one 30-minute feature sporting 50 points for victory, with the latter making use of a top 6 reverse grid from the sprint results. So there is 3 possible champions to be crowned tonight. Will it be the dedicated Melvin Brandt, who hasn't missed a single race in the hunt for the title championship? Will it be Sebastian Gunther, 17 points behind, that steals it from under him in the nick of time? Or will Mihai Neg catch the miracle break and recover from 2 missing races in the past and overwhelming dominance? All is up in the air, all is possible, and all will be decided this evening. My name is Michael Chuse, and I will commentate this exciting race, but first, let's see where our 22 drivers will qualify now in a second, because practice is about to end and there will be no intermission between now and qualifying. They're going to be getting right back into it, and they're after the outlap. So right now the fastest laps would have been Melvin Brandt in the lead, with Mihai Neg trailing him a tenth behind. At least from when I was compiling my notes. I could be well wrong, but you can just wind back the video if you wanted to check the standings. As everyone goes back into their outlaps, they won't be scoring the fastest lap now because they haven't really been timed for an outlap. Just trying to get their tires warmed up, getting used to the light fuel load of the car, making sure that the springs are correct, and getting the tires warmed up, and just getting used to the circuit in general. This is a very technical track, and it can catch you off guard in a lot of places if you're not careful. Elevation change is a very big thing around here. There's a few blind corners that you would rather not be caught off guard. So let's see how everyone else was driving will react tonight. So I was doing a few laps myself back there a while ago before the stream started, and I was topping out myself at 141. And it is a really technical circuit. I don't understand how people can go as low as 139, like Melvin did. Like 139.492 was the fastest lap that Melvin Brandt has set. And look at that, there's Melvin Brandt out in front with Fotasisoglu trailing him. Matti Renian behind Fotasisoglu. There are the first 3 cars to head out for their first flying lap. Let's see them out now. So let's walk you through a lap of Raceroom Raceway, because this is a circuit unique to this game. Heavy braking, but not too much, to try carry as much cornering speed as you can through that first chicane. You'll be holding third through there. And now it's going to be a little mini version of Eau Rouge, taking as much curb as you can, fiddling with the brakes so you don't slow down so much, but you don't understeer. That's Melvin Brandt with a purple Sector 1 with 18 seconds and 3/10. He's the first man to go through there, so that's always going to be purple, but I think that Melvin Brandt could have coming in for today. And Andy Darnell has arrived. But in any case, there's 12.5 minutes left of qualifying, and Melvin Brandt is on his first flying lap, followed by Fotasisoglu and Matti Renian. And lots of others will be following suit as he goes into Sector 2. That's the first Sector 2 of today. 54.948 is the current fastest Sector 2 lap time, and the first, so it might very well change. Over another hill, very blind corner, very, very squirrely there. Up on 2 wheels there, Melvin Brandt. He keeps it going. This will be good for a banker lap, but I don't think he'll be enough to beat Mihai with that one mistake. He'll have to keep trying for another 12 minutes if he wants to try secure his future on the front row. Rounding the final corner, and we're about to get a first wave of lap times. Here we go. 11.5 minutes to go. And we have an ocean of lap times coming in, and Karamadaru takes pole position from Melvin Brandt, 1.5 tenths ahead. And Fotis Isoglu 6.5 tenths behind Karamadaru. Mr. C, as they call him. And here comes Andy Darnell in P4, 8 tenths off the pace. But everyone's just started to get started. As more people cross the grid, Sebastian Gunther puts in a bit of a banker in P5 there. So Gunther set a 142.6. He can go a few seconds quicker if he tries. He'll have enough time to do something like that. But Melvin Brandt's going 1/10 quicker in Sector 1, and let's see his delta going into Sector 2. He is going quicker in Sector 2, 3.5 tenths up on Karamadaru, Mr. C in pole position. He's going to be able to try beat him, and he won't make the same mistake as he did before, going up this next blind corner in Sector 3. A little bit less curb. Aced it. Coming to the end of this corner. It's a very slow corner. You need to make sure you're staying in the power band, but you don't want to downshift the second. Like, you're in between gears there. And in the final corner, let's see whether or not he's been able to keep the consistency and get past Mr. C now for pole position. 139.7. That is enough and some for pole position ahead of Karamadaru in second. And here comes Mihai Neg with a 139.322. That is 2.5 tenths faster than Melvin Brandt's new pole time. Well, not anymore, it's not a pole time because Mihai Neg is in pole. Here comes Sebastian Gunther on a improved lap, I'd bet. Let's see if he can level up from 8th into 7th, passing Jeff Eckert for the position. As Taksonyi takes P8 and Jeff Eckert is now in P9. And more people are joining the grid now. Adam Stewart in 4th. And now we see Christian Kibovic placing at 6th, with Fotis Isoglu in 5th. More and more lap times are starting to flood in, but over half our grid hasn't set our lap times yet. There's 22 drivers and there's only 11 lap times. That leaves 11 left. So to recap our top 10, Mihai Neg is in pole position, followed by Melvin Brandt in 2nd. Karamadaru is in 3rd, with Adam Stewart in 4th. Fotis Isoglu 5th, Kibovic 6th, Andy Darnell is in 7th, with Sebastian Gunther in 8th, Taksonyi in 9th, and Jeff Eckert in 10th. Antonio is in 11th, rounding up our top 11 lap times. Mihai Neg is keeping it very consistent with those 139s, I tell you. Only half a tenth off going into Sector 2. Let's see if he's able to improve this third sector now to get even more ahead of Melvin Brandt. Let's see it happen. 138.39.337. That's 1 point. That's new pole time. Now he's 4 tenths up on Melvin Brandt. He's got a mountain ahead of him. And this is just what Mihai needed to try attempt to take control of this championship before it's too late. Kibovic sets another lap time and goes 5th fastest ahead of Fotis Isoglu as Karamadaru puts a 3rd, and Sebastian Gunther finally cobbles together a good lap and puts it 4th, with Adam Stewart down to 5th now, Kibovic 6th, Fotis 7th, Andy Darnell 8th, Taksonyi 9th, Eckert 10th, and Matti Renian puts in his first lap, good enough for 11th. And I don't think that's going to be the last we see of Matti Renian. 7 minutes to go. And our pole pace is 139.162. Our top 4 is within a second. Then our midfield is even closer. Because I'm telling you now, like, positions 5 to, well, essentially the entire midfield are within, like, a few tenths of each other. Like, 3 tenths max. And like the majority of them are setting 145, 146. And then there's a few guys setting a 148. But yeah, it's sizing up to be very, very competitive. It's not going to be. There's going to be a few people on the race start looking for opportunities. It's that tight turn one. I believe there's going to be a few heroes who's going to try push it a little bit hard going into turn one. Like, it's not exactly the corner you want to be going too wide through, or double file, should I say, because there's lots of time to be lost by going offline in a corner like that. It's a very technical circuit. It's a very technical sector one that can make or break your lap. Jeff Eakett's going to want an improvement. 2 sectors green, and I think he'll get it from P9 on the grid. 1 corner left, and we'll see where he ends up in this brand new lap time. 5 minutes to go. And Jeff Eakett has now gone back to P9, overtaking Taxonian and Timo Reiter. And I'll also mention McCurlwain is a newcomer in P13, now P12 as he improves, is one of the new drivers in this championship, joining as a bit of a guest of sorts this last round of the championship. Also, that said, McCurlwain is also has a very, very hard to pronounce name. So, as a result of this, his first name is Mario. So, I'm gonna see the initials in P12 right now, MCR. Whenever I say the name Mario, I'm referring to McCurlwain, because that does not roll off my tongue very well. I can't do Slovak names very well. Well, some better than others, but you get the idea. 4 minutes to go. Antonio Phantom's going to be looking for an improvement from P16 on the grid. And I think he's going to get us 142.3. That is very good. Going out to P13. It's a good start. Only a few laps left, and Jeff Eakett looks like he's going to be going on another improvement. If he keeps this steady, he is going to be deeper up in the midfield than P9, maybe P6. Let's see what he pulls off. Crossing the line. He doesn't improve at all. He messed it up in the final sector, unfortunately. He's going to have to try again, but he's definitely got it in him on these next laps. If you can cobble something together. Three minutes to go, and Sebastian Gunther's on another green lap. We've been waiting for him to do something else. Only 0.36 tenths off. In Sector 2, if he keeps this cleaner, he might be beating Karamadaru or Mr. C in P3. Try to get that ever-elusive inside line that will help him and guide his way into a gorgeous start to try and get an early jump on Mihai Neg or Melvin Brandt for the championship. This will be very important that he secures this 140.180. Not enough to get him away from P4. Bit of traffic there as people exit the pits, almost holding up Sebastian Gunther. But not too bad, I don't think. One minute 45 left to go, and your new top 5 for now. There's going to be roughly just enough time to finish your lap for now, and then that'll be it. So I think it'll be appropriate for me to start naming off the top 10 that we've got for this final round. Dominic Taxonyi crosses the line. He might pull something. I'll wait. Not quite. He stays 12th. But in any case, Mihai Neg is on pole with 139.15. Melvin Brandt in second, with Kanamadaru in third. Sebastian Gunther in fourth, trying to cling on to that championship title hope. And Fotis Isoglu in fifth, Adam Stewart sixth, with Andy Darnell seventh, putting together a very nice midfield lap. And Christian Kimovic in eighth, with Matty Rennie in ninth. And Jeff Ekett rounds off the top 10. And there's 18 qualifiers out of 22 drivers. We're actually at 23 now, as Samuel Oliveira joins the fight now as a last-minute starter. As Chris Willems is at P18 at the back of the grid. The slowest lap time is 144.5. The fastest is 139.1, essentially. So 30 seconds left to go. There's a few other guys finished the lap, and Javier Vega goes in 6th fastest, ahead of Adam Stewart there. It's a big surprise last minute performance from Javier Vega. I'd love to see what he brings to the table now. He might be quick, but the fact he did this so late in the session might suggest his consistency might not hold up, but I might be wrong. And in a way, I hope I am, because this is sizing up to be an incredible final race of the season. To reiterate, the front row is Mihai Neg and Melvin Brandt. I will return in a moment. Alrighty, we're back in formation after the intermission. And it looks like everyone is warmed up and ready to go to kick off this last sprint race of the season. 15 minutes. And that will decide the winner. And the winner will get 25 points in the hunt for the championship lead. And to reiterate, it's going to be Melvin Brandt leading and Sebastian Gunther in second place, 17 points back. And it's Mihai Neg, 37 points back. So Mihai Neg will have to put off a very dominating performance now. And hope that one, even hope for a crash then, if Mihai Neg wants to get back in the fight for this title champion. This title. Samuel Oliveira still in the pits, and Mihai Neg streaks off into the lead. Carlo Madaru takes second place from Sebastian Gunther in third, and then that is going into the chicane. Big moment for Javier Vega, and that looks like Baco Coles unfortunately getting the bad end of the stick, and that is also Chris Rogers. Chris Rogers has retired from damage. He's been ran off into the first chicane. Very, very grim news. Otis Issiglou's in fifth now, trying to catch up to Sebastian Gunther. And Andy Darnell got another one of his patented ultimate starts. He's gone up 2 positions. Now he's in from 8th to 6th place. Holding back Javier Vega, and Sebastian Gunther goes wide, trying to get the advantage on Bogdan Karamadaru for P3. Melvin Brandt in second, and Mihai Neg is still leading. Very technical part of the circuit. Andy Darnell versus Javier Vega. Vega tries to go for it. He's on the outside line. Andy Darnell's on the inside line, but he has to let off. Going into the blind hill corner. Karamadaru still third. As Fotis Issiglu now is piling on the pressure to Sebastian Gunther. Sebastian's on the inside, but he's not on the optimal racing line as Fotis Issiglu gets ahead with peak torque. Now on the inside of this next corner, and the racing line is his. He's going to be going through to take 4th place, with Javier Vega taking 5th, going side to side with Sebastian Gunther. Gunther's on the inside, but I don't know if he's going to have the grip. He's going to lose the position to Javier Vega, but here comes Andy Darnell going into the first corner. Gunther's going to have the advantage, and he goes ahead of Andy Darnell. He gets the better grip and the better traction. He keeps the position of P6, but is 2 worse than what he initially started out with. He's going to need to come back hard if he wants to stay in the fight for this championship. Melvin Brandt is still trying to get the better at Mihai Neg. As Brandt is dropping down the order, what happened to him? As Baco Coles unfortunately had a bit of an accident. You can see the damage that has been done, unfortunately. That can't be fun to drive. This is crawling along. And unfortunately, that's Baco Coles that has been retired after hitting the wall one too many times. Not the way he wanted to end this season. Not to mention that there's still one race to go after this. There's still going to be the feature. But Fotis Issiglu, tell that to Fotis Issiglu, because he's guns blazing on second place. Look at him. Going over after Karamadaru in P2. Something happened to Melvin Brandt. He made a mistake. He's now on P5, up in the midfield mix with Javier Vega. And he's spun around. Dominic Taxigny and Jeff Eckert have both killed each other, unfortunately. From the midfield to the utter back of the pack, Dominic Taxigny and Jeff Eckert have felt the consequences. Otis Isaglu's now in third, chasing down Canamadario for the lead, and Javier Vega is still in P4 with Melvin Brandt in fifth. And oh no, Sebastian Gunther! He's spun out after this first sector. And that's Otis Isaglu as well. Everyone is spinning out. Look, you can't make this up, I swear. Things just get even more interesting every minute that goes by. 10 minutes to go out of 15. And I was about to go off the top 10 now, but 30 seconds ago they were very, very different. So, reiterating now, Mihai Negta leading and Canamadario in second. But now, Javier Vega has now... Oh, Adam Stewart's gone off in the midfield. He's off the racing line. Hopefully nobody hits him. Losing a few positions there, unfortunately, but he's going to be able to come back from this in the feature. Not the end of the world for him. But as Otis Isaglu was trying to push to try and catch Canamadario, he was very nearly close, but he just couldn't make it happen. In fact, he spun and pushing too hard. These cars are very forgiving, but they can still kick it out from under you, and you might not be able to save it if you are not very careful. And now everyone that's been going off around him is given the scope to Andy Darnell to try challenge for the podium here tonight from Javier Vega, who's come from the midfield, and then that is Christian Kubovic coming up behind him to try join the fight and get a sweet slice of the pie. As Samuel Oliveira, who's coming back from starting from the pits in P11, gained 12 positions so far, avoiding all that turn 1 carnage. Has paid off for Samuel Oliveira, it appears, as he gets the better of Jiri Kurtacz-Vil. So your top 10 now is Mihai Neg leading, Canamadario in second, Andy Darnell in third as he overtakes Javier Vega. I missed that as I was focusing on the midfield. But Andy Darnell is now in third place, capitalising on everyone else's sorrow, with Javier Vega in fourth, Christian Kubovic fifth, Matti Rennie in sixth, with Melvin Brandt, his championship hopes in ruin, as he plummets down the order from P7 now to P8 as Jan Jędrzejczyk goes into P7, Antonio Phantom 8th and Antonio Phantom 9th, and Samuel Oliveira finishes up at the top 10. On the inside line, very cheeky move from Jiri Kurtacz-Vil. He made it work though. That could have gone very wrong, but as Otis Isaglu capitalises on that offset racing line, that's far too wide. He's going to have to lose out now for Jiri Kurtacz-Vil. That was very ambitious, but just not enough substance to make it stick. Javier's got the speed on Christian Kubovic, and so does Matti Rennie in P6 as the 3-car train for 4th, 5th and 6th. And unfortunately, Jiri Kurtacz-Vil has hit the wall catastrophically, and I believe that might be a retirement. If the engine is still surviving after that hit, I would be very, very surprised. He's trying to lip on, his engine's still on, but he's sliding across the track. It's undrivable, nigh on. And there we have it, DNF from Jiri Kurtacz-Vil. That's very unfortunate. But here comes Javier Vega on the inside line of Christian Kubovic. Look at him go up the hill into the blind corner. This can't end well. Someone has to hold off. Someone has to lift. Who gets the better of it? That's Javier Vega going up and taking 4th position from Christian Kubovic. And here comes Ricardo Costa now, going onto the back of Bruno Machado, fellow countryman from Portugal. And the team battle to try find pace to beat Antonio Phantom at P11. It's another 3-car train from 11th, 12th to 13th. A few different racing lines going on there. the last corner. Some are taking it wide, some are taking it slightly. Christian Kimovich is going for it. That was nearly very grave. That's something you should not do at this racetrack. Going dive bombing into turn 1. He pulls out of it. He realizes what he has done, but that nearly ended up in total ruin for the Slovak driver. As Mario McKerwin never mind, Chris Willems has gone off. Unfortunately, he's spun around. His technical circuit has gotten the best of him, as it has 4 other people and more up in front, but they haven't lost out nearly as much as Willems, unfortunately. Shadows staying wide and robust, but fair to defend against Ricardo Costa. Ricardo's on the inside line, but now that turned to the outside. And at number 313, that's Timo Reiter, unfortunately, who's spun around as Chris Willems overtakes him, and now Timo Reiter's gone down to 19th place. Five minutes to go, and it's still a lot of this is a lot of the complexity of this race has changed far beyond what I could ever hope to imagine. Like all the front runners from qualifying, most of them anyway, have either spun out, died, or well, yeah, those two either way, those two. Oh yeah. There's a lot of people who need these championship points tonight, so this is going to be the nightmare scenario for Melvin Brandt and Sebastian Gunther, but an absolute dream for Mihai Neg. Christian Kimovich has got the speed on Javier Vega now. Just trying to make a comeback now in these last 4 minutes of this race. Sweeping left-hander into medium right. It's all about who can carry the most speed, but who can get the most grip coming out of the turn. The most traction is very, very important. As Adam Stewart's trying to defend from Mario McKerwin. Oh yeah, remember what I was saying about McKerwin being called Mario? Yeah, I'm going to stick to that from now on because I'm butchering his name. And that's on 2 wheels for Mario McKerwin. And that is an absolutely spectacular show of showmanship as he sticks it with it. Adam Stewart and Ricardo Costa looking to get the move done. He's making his burst onto the scene not just a metaphor, but an absolute literal meaning. Two and a half minutes left to go. There's only 2 laps left of running. Christian Kimovich in P5, almost there, but not quite. Overtaking Javier Vega. And Matti Renien overlooking the battle for P4 as well from a comfortable distance, knowing that he's going to be on pole. If he stays like this, he'll be on pole in the top of 6 reverse grid for the feature race. The half an hour feature race. That's soon to come right after this. Christian Kimovich is trying to focus on what's happening now. Bit of bumper-to-bumper action. Switch back from Christian Kimovich, nearly makes the switch, but just couldn't get the grip, couldn't get the substance. Christian's trying to pull every trick out of his hat right now to try and get that position, to try and get himself the most points. Samuel Oliveira touches John Janczyk and goes wide from the contact over the blind corner. Timo Reiter, very slick drift going on from Timo Reiter, very fantastic stuff. Not so slick from Fotosysiglu, who spins from 9th. Okay, I believe this could be the last lap of the race. With 1 minute left on the clock, there's not much time to fight for now. Christian Kibovic on the inside line of this corner, but now it's going to be on the outside for the next. Not enough speed, but maybe he's going to make it work as Javier Vega slows down to try accommodate for the two wide formation. The double file formation slowed him down as Matty Renian's overtaking him to try get into ahead of Javier Vega. Last lap slip up for the Spaniard. Let's see if he can fix it in the nick of time. Renian sticking with him. He's double file with Matty Renian. As Renian is trying to find any way he can, but no sweat if he can't, because he'll be on pole for the next round if he stays there. And Javier Vega will only be in second place thanks to the top 6 reverse grid for the feature race. And the clock just stops in the nick of time as Mihai Neg claims his first victory of this evening by a crushing 11.5 second margin. As Karamadaru in P2 keeps it smooth. That's why we see Mr. C as an absolute stalwart. We haven't seen much of him, but he absolutely dominates today. And with Andy Darnell crossing the line to finish third as he spins off into the wall in celebration, totaling a €300,000 race car in the process. That doesn't matter to him because he has gotten third place in the sprint race. Well done to Andy Darnell, as Christian Kibovic gets the better of Javier Vega in the last lap and absolutely capitalizes on the mistake of the Spaniard. Vega clings on to 5th, but Renian in 6th will now be on pole position for the feature race. It is now the conclusion, the thrilling conclusion to a fantastic sprint race, and it's not over yet because it's going to be another thrilling feature race going in 5 minutes from now. That'll be the beginning of it. So don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. Is the reality here, you know? Wow, that was a